Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Colin Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 586, for comics originally releasing the 18th and the 19th of August. Before Drew and I get to what's coming out in your local comic book shops, Tuesday or Wednesday or whatever day, Drew, what else we got going on in the world of comics?
Well, we got ourselves a 5-star review.
Hey,
on
holy
iTunes.
cow, I'd forgotten to look.
Yeah. Well, before you get excited, it's a 5-star review. That's the good news.
Okay.
From somebody called Not Sure. That's their handle.
There you go.
And it is a simple line: dudes, please stop coughing into the mic.
He's
That's
listened
it.
to old episodes. That's old. That was when Kyle had bouts with illnesses during the falls.
Yeah.
He needs to catch up to current times. I'm very seldom a cougher anymore.
Dustin Brooks wrote in and said, "Hi, new collector, and I just found your podcast. Very cool to listen to. Keep it up. I have a question for you on something I've been trying to figure out. I regularly do preview orders from Midtown Comics, but have found that hot books are sold out well in advance, even on previews. How do I figure out when a book goes on sale for preview? Should I be using a site other than Midtown? I've emailed it Midtown, and they told me they list books about 2 months in advance. Is there another dealer that has more concrete dates? Any help would be very much appreciated. Thanks again, and I'll be tuning into the podcast. Thanks, Dustin." Okay, Dustin, you have yourself a scammy LCS.
Yes.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Anything you order through previews is being printed specifically for you.
For you, yes. So, I have a solution. We call them Cowabunga. You'll receive an email with a deadline and a list of every single comic book coming out from them, and you'll be able to select exactly what you want. If you changed your mind or missed something, they also have an FOC email that they'll send you each and every Friday. And then you have all day Saturday, all day Sunday to figure out what you missed. If you're a DC reader, you've got to have that order in on Sundays at 6. If you're a non-DC reader and everything else, that also needs to be in Monday at 6. But you have, every week you have a chance to guarantee yourself a comic. Now, I'm not going to tell you that something doesn't go wrong at the printer.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been with Cowabunga for years now. Never a single problem. That wasn't publisher-based, like they canceled the book or something.
Yeah, regardless the heat of a book, if you are ordering a book and paying for it 2 months in advance on an active previews, you're 99% guaranteed that book.
Yes.
If you are ordering things on previews and they're just saying, sorry, it got hot and you don't get it, you have an LCS that is stealing your book and putting it on eBay and using you as essentially a stopgap in case the book isn't hot.
Yeah.
They can sell it to you.
You're loaning them money.
Yeah.
To run their business.
Now, I know a lot of people doing Midtown and have had good with Midtown, so I don't want to put Midtown on blast because I know people are very happy with the way they do Midtown.
And you maybe I didn't read your email correctly, and you're like, the week that the comics come out, you're going in and saying, I'd like this, and this book. Well, then that's very likely that something is sold out.
Yeah.
But the way to stop that is to pre-order everything from Cowabunga. They have great customer service. They'll take care of you. There's a link, a brand new spanking sign-up sheet, link in the show notes that's hot off the presses. Eric sent me that today, and it's an easy 4-question sign-up to get yourself on the email list, and they'll take care of you from there. It's super easy, and the fact that you can't do FOC anywhere else that I know of. This is easy. And it's, that's hell. Kyle and I skipped our previews last month, much to Eric's chagrin probably, But we have every week leading up to the comics that were coming out that month in order to decide what we want. Because of FOC, and everything's on FOC except for very few publishers. So I know I'm going around, but what I'm telling you is Cowabunga makes it easier for you.
Yeah, and we're not saying this out of obligation to Cowabunga, because we've lived the local LCS down the road where we said, please, there's this thing called Saga coming out. Yes. I want the first issue because I've read Brian K. Bond before, so go ahead and put that in my pool. And then when they notice the book gets hot, mysteriously you don't get your book. Yes. We've done that. We've done the DCBS, where we do the mail order through the giant catalog company, and then your books come completely non-packaged, thrown loose without bags and boards in your things, and then you have to physically remail those back to them and wait 4 weeks for them to quote-unquote analyze them and still never get back to you.
And
we've been the hurdles.
You say, hey, DCBS, I would like a second print of this Venom book. And then a week later, you'll get an email that says, the deadline has passed, you can no longer get that. But when I sent the friggin' email, the deadline hadn't passed, but they're so unresponsive, they could never add subsequent printings or anything from FOC onto your order, because there's like one person who's always on a smoke break over there trying to service 1,000 accounts. So you don't have that with. We're telling you what works best for us. What we have books we regularly get every month that we get on and off. We dig through previews. We pick things that we think are going to be awesome and we think are going to be our own hot books 2 months out. We double check, like I said, with FOC and things like that ahead of time. We put in the work as well, but I really don't put in the work for previews because I don't have to, because I have FOC.
Yeah,
and I get more information from FOC than I do from a previous catalog, I think.
Yeah, and I think there will become a time where FOC is the standard for ordering.
Yeah, it's quite possible. Anyway, Dustin, welcome to Comic Collecting. I don't mean to overwhelm you. I have also emailed you directly with a link to Eric. Just if you want to get on the list, you don't no obligation, of course.
But he can send you what he sends everybody every month, and send you what he sends everybody every week, and you can start looking at what those things look like in the information that's shared with the deadlines, and see if that fits you.
He doesn't care if you use those resources and shop at your local comic book shop. But I mean, don't do that. but
because Cowabunga has shipped us super hot books that they could easily skim and have made a killing off of.
Yes,
he sent us Bat Dong when it was hot.
Yeah, they honor the pre-order.
Yeah,
and hell, I've forgotten to pre-order something, and I was bummed about it, and they've taken it out of their personal collection and sent it to me. Don't expect that, because there's only one of those. And, I'm not saying everybody gets that, but that was nice. That was a one-time thing. It was very nice of them to do that, and kept my run going. And so, yeah, they're a great service, but that type of customer service is what you need, so that you don't miss out on your comics, because it's harder and harder. They're printing closer and closer to demand. So much so there's going to be very little back issue market at some point, because they're not printing extra comics, except for Marvel, of course. So yeah, I hope this helps. I hope this doesn't scare you away. This is not meant to be complicated. It's easy.
Yeah.
It's easy, and Eric should be able to hook you up, and you'll get on the mailing list. That'll tide you over. They'll be rolling out a dynamic website here soon that'll also accomplish the same thing. I like the spreadsheets, though. It's easy for me to sort and do pivot tables and things, so I like that a lot. But I'm nerdy, so
there you
go. But yeah, Dustin, welcome to the hobby, and I hope that helps. Midtown screwed you, I think. Patrick asked, and speaking of FOC, Patrick says, "Hey, it's Friday. How many second, third prints is Donny Cates going to have on the FOC?" My guess is 3. 1 Thor and 2 Venom. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out. What do you say, Kyle?
Between James Tynion and Donny Cates just pumping out first appearances, new characters, and going to second, third, and fourth prints, they are keeping FOC something that if you're a specker, you have to be into.
Yeah. Or if you like covers, new covers, if you like interesting, hot cover artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I read an article on our friends at Comics Heating Up that the Deceased Dead Planet #1 4th printing is a Peach Momoko different cover, and they literally said all it took was some firings for DC to get new covers on later printings. No more orange, red, and other stupid garbage.
Wow.
So we may even have more fun from the DC side with printings. They may have finally taken their head out of their butts.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'll be on our FOC here next week or the week after. But just FYI, that book comes out, that 4th printing comes out like September 14th. It's both a 4th print of a popular book. It is a Peach Momoko, and it is the first time DC is doing something that they're supposed to have been doing.
I just read that book. How is it in 4th print already? I read it like a week ago.
Printing.
That's nuts.
4th print.
Man, I'm behind, maybe.
I want 5 of those.
That's crazy. Well, anyway, Kyle alluded to the news this week,
which I've been stuck in the woods in pools and hiking and all this stuff, so I don't know nothing. I had 1 water service. I could barely send texts. I couldn't play my phone games. It was miserable.
You were camping. You love camping.
I know. I hung out with my kids the whole week.
So it's been titled "The Bloodbath at DC," but really it's an AT&T pruning and staff reduction, and it's pretty hefty from what I understand. And if the news has changed since I've tuned in, forgive me. Feel free to Google Bloodbath at DC, and you'll find everything you need to know that's happened up to this point. But anyway. There were staff reductions company-wide. DC Universe app got whacked really hard. And it looks like it's about 800 staffers that got reduced, laid off. And I think Bob Harris is one of those. He's the editor-in-chief for DC Comics. A couple of the editors at Black Label got the axe, which made us spec a little bit about worrying that Black Label's going away. I hope not. They've also announced several cancellations. Aquaman maybe got canceled. Suicide Squad, Hawkman, Teen Titans, Young Justice. Those all got the axe this week as far as comic titles. Now, as far as the streaming service goes, I kind of get it. And I don't know if it's just going to get pared down to a comics only reading app, and that all the other
Isn't everything just going to Comixology?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
That's what Image did.
Yeah. And then all of the movies and TV and other media is going to go over to HBO Max, I'm guessing. HBO Max is where that's going to be. Now, is HBO Max going to have a comic reading section that's all DC Comics?
No.
That would be awesome, but I don't know. They've got a lot of brands under that umbrella right now, so I don't know that comics reading is really high on their priority list. So DC Universe might continue, but as a comics reading app, and as those deals fall through, you're going to lose the Justice League movies and Suicide Squads, and it's all going to head on over to HBO Max. I'm guessing. I don't know that definitively, but with the amount of people that got whacked over there, I would think that's the case. It turns out Jim Lee did not get the axe. He dodged the bullet again. I don't know what kind of pictures he has of people higher up, but he somehow is continuing to be publisher and COO or Chief Creative Officer, CCO, over there at DC. So he keeps that job. And he had a conversation with the Hollywood Reporter to kind of flesh out some of the things that have been swirling around. Yes, they are bringing in a general manager. That's what's the title. It was a general manager. Her name is Pam Lifford, and she comes from the esports world. So she will become the general manager for DC, handling all operational issues. There will be 2 interim editor-in-chiefs. Mary Javins, who was head of digital strategy, and Michelle Wells, who was over the YA imprint. So those are the 2 interim editors-in-chief until they find an editor-in-chief. So I'm dusting off my resume right now.
100%.
On titles being cut, he says, we will be reducing the size of the slate. It's about looking at everything, looking at the bottom 20 to 25% of the line that wasn't breaking even.
Looking at you, Moon Knight.
And losing. This is DC now.
I know. Sorry, looking at you, Nightwing.
So 25%. I'm no math wizard, but that's 1 out of every 4 books that they put out was losing money, and expect those to get cut, whacked, and these books that I like, the books I just rattled off: Teen Titans, Young Justice, Suicide Squad, Hawkman, Aquaman. I'm reading 3 of those. so they cut 3 of the books that I'm reading out from under me, which is kind of a bummer. But I get it. So this stuff just keeps continuing to come out. A lot of it's speculation. AT&T was not happy with the leaks that were going to Bleeding Fool and Bleeding Cool and who was the other? The Beat and all these other comics journals. So they've clamped down hard. We don't know how much of this is speculation and how much is true.
AT&T needs money right now. They're even trying to hemorrhage the WB gaming division. They've been trying to sell that off to either Ubisoft or maybe even Microsoft. They just need cash now.
Yeah. They've just taken on way too much debt, and then a pandemic hit. They were doing great before the pandemic hit, and I think they leveraged way too much money on the idea that people want to have satellites on their roofs. Going forward. So they're in a bit of trouble, and hopefully this is enough cutting at DC, and they're gonna step back and say, okay, now go make good comics. Sorry about chopping everybody's job out from under them. We'll see. I don't see the synergy between esports management and DC Comics. I assumed she was successful. I don't know. How are you successful in esports publishing?
Marketing, getting people to tune in to this kind of thing, getting people to see esports as a legitimate viewing opportunity and something that they want to, as a mainstream sport, getting people to buy jerseys of an esports team and that kind of thing.
So I wonder what, under the umbrella, AT&T umbrella, what esports category this was, or is this like esports in general?
Yeah,
is it like AT&T team and WB team and stuff like that? Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know all that. But anyway, Jim Lee tried to calm everybody down. He's still the publisher. You can't kill him. He's a cockroach. He won't ever leave. So he's still there. We'll see. I enjoy DC books, so I haven't had any problem with them really. So
the industry has not been happy with DC for a while, though. So
right.
Any shakeup, I imagine, would make a lot of people happy.
Well, yeah. I think there are readers that are unhappy with DC, and there are lots of retailers that are unhappy with DC. So we'll see how it goes. Does this mean they go? I don't. I think they're going to still continue to be looking for partnerships with Targets and Walmarts and things like that. They're going to continue to try to grow their brand that way.
Yeah, especially if AT&T is calling the shots from a high level. Anything that means money now, they're going to do.
Yeah, and I think there was a quote, I couldn't find it again, something to effect of, we're still going to be making comics, it just might not be the way comics retailers are used to us supporting the comics in their shops. So I thought I saw something like that, and I didn't get a chance to dig into it much. I'll see if I can find something about that for next week. But that was kind of a strange aside that they made. But anyway, yeah, it was sad, very sad. 800 people lost their job. I hate to see that. You know, I don't know if they're using the pandemic as an excuse, or just like you said, AT&T's having money issues and the axe is falling all over the place. Definitely that could be it as well. So stay tuned, and hopefully this means nothing to your comics coming out.
Unless it means they're now Wednesday books again.
You think they're going to change it? I don't think so. I think they like the idea of all their media coming out on the same day.
Yeah.
You know, music comes out on Tuesdays, movies come out on Tuesdays, DVDs and stuff. People still watch those on physical media. But yeah, there you go. So anyway, let's get back to the good stuff. Let's look at some of the hot books. Let's go over to CBSI and check out their Hot 10 list this week. And starting us off is the Captain Marvel 17 second print. This it was already an expensive book at $1,200 for 9.8s. One sold for $3,000 and one sold for $3,500. And this is that. What's the character's name again?
Kamala Khan?
No.
Oh, that's right. The other character inside.
Oh yeah. You're right. No, you're right. That is this one. This is from 2014. So this would be the Kamala Khan, and that would be her first appearance on a cover. I think she was in the book, but not as as Marvel. So yeah, you're right. Right. So that's what that is. That came out of nowhere. I didn't realize that even existed, and I know I picked that up off the shelf and put it back down. So I just throw $3,000 out the window. That was nice. Venom number 27, a double cover error. I love a good error comic as much as the rest of us, but only if it's actually rare. This one does not appear to be. Dozens of copies have sold, and dozens are listed for sale. Added to the fact the sales are in the 600 to 800 range, it seemed poised for a giant price dip. So buyer beware on that one. This double cover error.
If you can find them. Sell quickly.
Sell quickly, yes. Number 3 is Vengeance number 1. This is writer Joe Casey with art by Nick Dragotta. A 9.8 copy of the variant just sold for $1,700, $1,000 higher than the last 6 sales of the book. The regular cover just had a 9.8 sell at $800 on MCS, whatever that is. Her variants are beginning to rise as well, so be on the lookout for those.
I might have the regular cover of this because I was buying them on accident, looking for somebody's first appearance was in Vengeance books, and I was going around to places and I couldn't remember one, so I was just buying them because they were cheap. So I will have to dig through and see if I have this one.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be dope.
Then we have Tron number 1, Landry Walker and Eric Jones, with an announcement that the third Tron movie is moving into production with Jared Leto. Interest in this book has definitely increased. It's up to $25 to $30. Personally, I would be looking at the Marvel Tron variants. That Moon Knight is so awesome. Ooh, we'll have to check into that. Number 5 is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 104, the 1 in 10 variant we talked about last week. This one rose again to around $20. It is a pretty cover.
Raw for $100 already. What the serious? What?
Yeah. I don't get it, but it is a nice cover.
Yeah.
We have Dark Knight's Death Metal number 3, the Riccardo Federici variant. Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo, $20 to $25. Everybody knows this was going to be hot, and it is. So it's a cover that sticks out. Number 7 is Thor: God of Thunder number 6. Null stuff just keeps going. Graded 9.6s are selling for $325 to $350. That's more than the 9.8s were selling just a month ago. The next 9.8 to sell should top another record for this. We have the all-new Marvel Now .1 number 1. Kyle and I have talked about this. We even mentioned it way back in the day when it came out, that this would be one. This should be one to have, but it wasn't at the time. Similar to number 1, it's got Kamala Khan in there. 9.8 copies have increased from $600 12 days ago up to $950. CGC 9.6s will run you $350 plus, where they were only $175 a week ago. So it would have been nice to have. Ultimate Comics Spider-Man number 1, the Sarah Pichelli 1 in 15 variant. A 9.0 sold this week for $325, and a raw near mint hit $500 plus. You could have bought a 9.8 copy back in March for less than $150. To tie into this one, the 1 in 30 Pichelli variant sold this week for $640 raw as well. Nuts. And our good friend Young Avengers number 1.
Looking at it right now.
Yeah, the first Kate Bishop jumped to $400 last week for a 9.8.
And I almost sent this in as soon as we were doing the Kate spec 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I almost sent this book in to grade, and I didn't do it because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, we aren't perfect.
Granted, it'd probably only be coming back from CGC now, but still.
It's true. They do take their time. Then we have honorable mention goes to the Star Wars action figure variant covers.
We talked about this, that the only thing that we hadn't seen before was the open carrying case. That was the only cool thing about this book at all, was that open carrying case.
Yes. And it was so cool that it's a $10 cover price, but some sales are double cover already. And there's so few listings out there, the prices are going higher and higher. And it was a $10 book, so that's why I shied away. But I was onto it. I knew it.
Yep.
I called it. And then we have a throwback from 1944, the Super Magician comics, which has a look of damsel in distress on the cover. So this was a 6.0 that sold 2 months ago for $900, and a 5.5 sold this week for $660. Well, surpassing the guide value of $75. So bondage cover and pretty rare. Only 9 copies on the CGC census. So I got to dig through my old ass comic boxes for some bondage covers, man, and send those bad boys in and see what they come back at.
And if they're not in chains, just draw some on there.
Oh, it's a bondage cover, dog.
That's right.
Yeah. So real good stuff. Unfortunately, we do not have a cover price top 10 this week, unless they're.
Drew is an old person who can't remember logins.
Yeah, that's true. I can log into my cover price account, and we just usually have an article from a good folks over at Comics Heating Up, and it has not been done yet. So it'll probably be they're probably posting that as we're doing our episode. So not gonna make it to this episode today, folks. So sorry about that. Anyway, let's take a look at the FOC. We've been talking about the FOC to our listeners and talking about how cool it is. So let's talk about it now in a little more detail. Kyle, take it away.
course, FOC is the final order cutoff. These comics are given to us in a lovely file from Eric this Friday evening, and we have until 6 o'clock Sunday for our DC products and 5 or 6 on Monday for the rest of the products to make sure these are in our pull boxes and sitting there waiting for us, and we don't have to chase them on the secondary market. Of course, when Eric sends this wonderful email out, he highlights a few things that he sees some heat movement on because he wants us to not miss out on those things. First thing is Batman The Adventure Continues #2, second print, Sean Murphy, recollared variant. And this is the first appearance of Sunny. And we go on to a second print, hot book. So here's your opportunity to jump in. We've on a few occasions been like, second prints, I don't know.
We were wrong.
We've been wrong. That thought is out the door. That is the old way of thinking. Second prints may be even better than firsts.
Yeah, it's not weird.
You did not miss a bite at the apple if you don't have the first. Just grab the second and wait for a third to grab that one too.
Yes.
Dark Knight's Death Metal Trinity Crisis #1 from DC. Scott Snyder, Francis Manipul. We got some more DC Death Metals, which means we might have some more new characters, which means we might have some more heat and some more additional prints. You just never know.
Yes.
Detectives 1027 is going to be an insanely hot book.
Yes.
This book is going to sell out. This book is going to have a high print run, but you should get it anyways. Do not miss out on Detective 1027.
And it's only $6.
It's they're out. Yeah, you can get it for $6 here. Do that.
Yes.
Don't miss out on Detective 1027.
Yeah, a lot of the creators are talking about their stories that they contributed. So very cool.
Even though it's going to have a lot of print runs, we've seen a lot of things. We saw Detective 1000 have a lot of prints and a lot of books, but we've seen people make money on Adam Hughes variants of that and stuff of that still continuing to go up. Get yourself a copy of 1027. It might not be in your shop. This is the last time I'm going to say it.
Yes.
Get one. Cyberpunk 2077 Trauma Team #1 from Dark Horse. Cullen Bunn writing this Cyberpunk book. Cannot wait for this game. Cannot wait for anything. I don't know when the game's going to hit. It got punted again. Everybody's having trouble making games with COVID. I would like you to add this to my order. So I need a copy of this Cyberpunk. I'm going to collect all 4 of these, and then when people are clamoring for this game and it's still pushed, I'm going to sell all 4 of them for triple cover.
There you go.
So just FYI. So I would like Cyberpunk. Ice Cream Man presents Quarantine Comics Spec #1. When he says spec, it's special. I just read it as spec because that's what I do. Maxwell Prince on the writing, and we have a few different artists, Martin Morallo and Chris O'Halloran on there. So we've had some pretty cool heat with Ice Cream Man and its different things and its covers and the things it's doing. And now we have them taking a swipe at Quarantine. We even have the Ice Cream Man in his mask on the cover there. So if you're interested in collecting things that are kind of slice of life for the quarantine, this is a book referencing that in the first person, or you're just wanting to see what Ice Cream Man's doing because it's been so popular. Here's your chance.
Yes.
Drew, I believe this one's in here specifically for you. Moon Knight Omnibus Hardcover Volume 1 Sinkovich variant.
Yeah, it's very nice. It's a direct market variant. It's beautiful. It's a $125 omnibus, but you can get it for $62.
Yeah.
If you pre-order it in the FOC. Oh, it's so tempting. I don't know where I would put it, but I'd find a place. It's really nice, and yeah, I'm super tempted.
There you go. We also have Rise of Ultraman #1 from Marvel Comics. This is a 5-issue series. Philip Kennedy Johnson on that, and a beautiful Greg Land cover. And there is the Web of Venom Wraith #1. Donny Cates writing a book. Who knows who he's going to put in this? Donny Cates just seems to invent dope characters that everybody loves, including Wraith, who now has her own book.
Just print money, yeah. Just
buy it because it could be worth $1,000 at the end of the year. You just don't know.
You don't know.
But these are the things that Eric has shown us from Cowabunga. He says, these are moving good. These are the things you want to get. So far, I like his picks. But, Drew, let's see what we can find.
Yeah, we're the superstar speckers. We should be the ones to pull all this stuff. Although he did a pretty darn good list here.
Yeah, 100%.
What do you think about that Batman 93rd print black and white variant? Do you care? It's really nice.
It is very nice. I like it. I mean,
or is it because it's already been out in color? It's not as big a deal.
But we haven't been seeing DC do anything with extra printings in the past, and this is one of the first instances where they're doing different things with second and third printings aside from the it's green now.
Yeah, I'm on the fence. I don't know what to do, but it's really tempting.
It's gorgeous. It's striking. We know it's a good book already.
Yeah.
And this is the first bite at the apple that a lot of people will have for a printing of DC that's something special.
Yeah.
It will be missed.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Now, there's, of course, the Batman Adventures continue.
Batman and the Outsiders, look for that to get canceled.
Yeah, exactly. That should be one of the bottom feeders. As we get to Detective Comics 27, Kyle, which one do we get? You go with Adam Hughes?
Yeah.
Let me look at it. That's all right.
People collect Adam Hughes.
But it's a Frank Quietly.
There's a J. Scott Campbell.
There's
I'm
an art
not going with my that's not the J. Scott Campbell. What's going on here?
Look at the Frank Quietly. That's great.
The J. Scott Campbell has the penny and the dinosaur. Come on.
Art Germ's okay, but it's more Batwoman than anything.
It's true.
The J. Scott Campbell is pretty nice.
Yes,
I still think it's the Frank Quietly for me. If I'm gonna get
you've got classic Jim Lee. That Jim Lee is classic Jim Lee. Boy, is that cool.
Yeah.
Like, you could have shown me that without anything. That is Jim Lee.
That is really nice. Yeah, like the little
I didn't look at Gabriel Dell'Otto. Oh, Dell'Otto!
Oh, we haven't had a Dell'Otto sighting in a while.
No, that's awesome. Hi.
Yeah, it's tough, man. And they're $10 a piece in the store.
Yeah.
$5.99.
Order them ahead of time. Oh, are they doing anything with the blank variant? Because they've not been just doing plain white. They've been doing weird things. Have they done anything? Ooh, it's blue. Ooh, I like that.
Is it blue?
It's blue.
It's
powder
Batman
blue. 66 blue.
It's powder blue. That's very nice.
Oh, man.
So I didn't even look at the milk.
There is a lot of really good DC decisions right here.
Yes. Which means you've got to get this order in by Sunday.
Yeah, this is due by Sunday at 6. And I'm not even looking at the Olivier Coipel and stuff. I'm just so torn.
I'm skipping them. I'm not even looking at them because there's too many great choices right off the
Harley
top.
is on the Coipel.
I mean,
I didn't even look at cover A, dude. It's a wraparound. Ooh, that's a nice looking wraparound. But like, no. Why would this is an instance where I'm like, don't get the cover A. Nobody cares.
Yeah, you normally don't. You're normally always cover A. Oh wow. Anyway, there's a lot of choices there. Right now I'm at the
gun to your head. What's your choice?
I'm going to Quietly right now.
Quietly.
But it's really tempting.
I'm saying you're supposed to get yourself the Adam Hughes for spec reasons, but my heart lies with J. Scott Campbell. And there's a Nightwing variant. Is the weird thing is like there is a Bermejo Nightwing variant, like which should be me. It should be like, hey, this is for Kyle.
What's it look like?
It's good. That's the one that Eric featured.
Oh, that is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that is nice. That's the. Oh yeah, that is really nice. Wow. So I was looking at that instead. I didn't even see the Jim Lee variant then.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't like Jim Lee's as much. I like the Bermejo. The Bermejo is really
everybody
nice.
should get themselves a 1027.
Yeah.
That's just
of your choice, of your choosing.
It's 1,000 issues after Detective 27, which we know is your first appearance of Batman.
Hey, did you give up on Doomsday Clock because it was coming out so late and it took forever?
And every 4 weeks.
And you forgot what was going on in between issues? Well, now you can get the hardcover and enjoy it. Oh, no, it's the trade now. Now you get the trade, which is more affordable. the complete collection trade paperback, only $20 from Cowabunga, and read it in one sitting, which is going to make a lot more sense for you.
Yeah.
And be it was a great book. I enjoyed it. I'd put it right up there next to Watchmen. So if you want to,
when we got it, what we got was good. It's just
it
was just a matter of getting it.
It's getting it on time that was the tough part. But yeah, it's good stuff.
Nightwing 74, Joker War, really nice cover B. The really nice part of it is the punchline portion of it. So it's actually not bad. Now, do you think Dollhouse is worth buying in a hardcover?
No.
Okay, just checking. Because you were enjoying it the first issue.
I liked it, but I don't need hardcovers of a lot of stuff. I don't need them clogging up my bookshelves.
Super Sons Omnibus, that's cool.
Yeah, that one when it comes out on trade paperback is going to be super tempting to get because I don't want $100 hardcover. I mean, the Moon Knight though I'm still thinking about, so I say that, but yeah, it's good stuff. A lot of cool stuff coming out of DC this week. So
Superman 25 also doing the ratioed 1 in 25 of the Rice Sinmar cardstock cover. So if you're liking any of these high variant Superman or of the Batman was doing, we got Superman doing some of Sinmar.
I don't like that at all.
And we also have Wonder Woman with an incentive by Mikhail Yanin. There's your Liar Liar that we were going a little crazy for, and that is a striking, awesome cover.
Okay, this is her first cover? Or no?
I think so. She is also on the cover A, so she is on these covers here. So you can get her for not $50 if you want the A, but boy does she look good on that Mikhail Yanin ratioed cover.
Is she on the cover of the Josh Middleton book?
No.
Well, that's tempting too. People are going crazy over.
Do we need the cover A for her first cover appearance?
I don't know. I don't even know if she was on 761. She might have been.
I don't believe she was because that went to a second printing, and we couldn't reference her on the cover because I didn't even know what she looked like until right now.
Yeah, I was thinking like one of the subsequent printings of her first appearance was the first cover, but. It's like with Punchline.
They're going to get sued by Brian K. Vaughan for her essentially being the incarnation of Lion Cat, but that's okay.
Oh, really? That's funny. Any Nightwing love up there? Or
yeah, like I said, the cover B is cool looking with Joker War. It's got a nice little Punchline tie-in on the cover B, but Punchline looks really cool, and Nightwing, of course, looks goofy as always because they can't draw him anymore.
Yeah, he does look kind of strange. Good stuff there. A lot of stuff to think about. All right, let's slide on down.
There we go. First thing from our smaller publishers, Behemoth Comics has Hotline Miami #1, which is a very cool video game. This is a tie-in from Behemoth Comics, which I know very little to nothing about, presenting a new monthly comic series based on the multi-million unit selling indie video game franchise Hotline Miami. This oversized first issue features an original spin-off story in the Hotline Miami universe told from the perspective of a new character, Chris, and his struggle to deal with a coming war, his tendency towards self-destruction, and the mysterious pseudo-patriots of 50 Blessings. Hotline Miami is a super gory top-down, like Smash TV style game.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Bill and Ted are doomed. Boy, I've been enjoying watching the Bill and Ted trailers and stuff, and I'm looking forward to the movie coming out. I'm sorry.
There's Cyberpunk. Did you say you're just getting one copy?
They're only doing one cover?
One cover, yeah.
Give me two.
Two for you. Fantastic. I'm going to sit this one out, let you take the glory on this one.
Oh, man. Okay. Never mind. We missed it. Never mind.
What is it?
That Snake Eyes, Rob Liefeld stuff.
Yeah.
That cover A was awesome, and I forgot to talk about it. We don't get a sneak peek at the cover, if the second print, if we got anything different from Liefeld on it. But boy, I thought he did an awesome job with the covers on the first one, and even these issue 2s, he's done an awesome job on the covers. People give Liefeld a hard time, but I think he did great with these Snake Eye stuff. We don't get to see the cover B.
Yeah.
Might be worth taking a shot at that second print of that first one.
Yeah, he's writing it too, right?
Yes. Oh, I didn't even look at the 10 copy incentive. Yeah, we don't get to see it. Yeah, he's writing it with Chad Bowers, and then he's doing art. TMNT ongoing. We've had all kinds of good stuff with TMNT. The 10 copy incentive has gone good for that. We have Daniel Chavez doing the 10 copy here. But boy, those are some creepy looking turtles in that one. So that is not going to make you any money.
But the Eastmans always turn me on. I love the Eastman covers, and but we can't see this one.
Yep. So. Eastman takes his time, so normally we don't have that by the time we want it.
But those are ones you can buy sight unseen normally and be pretty happy, because he does good work.
There you go. Into Image, we talked about Ice Cream Man already. Oblivion Song, your copies are increasing in price at the moment, so just FYI. Undiscovered Country 7 going to a second print. That's cool.
Weird, but I don't remember 6 going to a Waltz printing, so I don't know what's up there.
There you go. And down into Marvel. Spider-Man was actually doing something last I saw. They're talking about Spencer finally doing something in this book.
Oh, yeah, I've lost a little interest. I think I might have skipped the last couple.
Yeah.
He does that to me. Sometimes he lulls me to sleep, and then whammo.
Yeah.
Great stuff. Yeah, the Captain Marvel, I was the ones before this that had the Laurel L or whatever her name is in there. I did a little checking and was kind of looking at some of the pages with her on it, and she's a cool character, man.
There you go.
I think she could catch on, and be well thought out and be a fan favorite. So I get the heat on that one, and probably want to seek those out if you can. I thought it was a good character.
We have several of these Hero at Home variants on here as well, which are essentially stay-at-home COVID variants of people not leaving their house. So again, if you're collecting Slice of Life for COVID and things like that, there is an opportunity with Spider-Man, Captain Marvel.
Is that beautiful direct market variant of the Sienkiewicz cover for Moon Knight? I mean, I don't know why you'd buy any other cover than that. That's the classic Sienkiewicz. Got to get that one. No offense to David Finch's cover A, but come on.
The Scotty Young Ultraman #1 variant is friggin' adorable.
We got some Thor action. So if you had 3 subsequent printings from Jason Aaron's Thor, you would be right. Or no, this is Donny Cates, isn't it?
Yeah.
He took over this. That's right. Yeah, because he's doing the Black Winter stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 3 from Thor. We've got Thor #1 3rd printing, Thor #3 4th printing, Thor #4 3rd printing. No Venom subsequent printings. So you got the number right, 3, Patrick, but you did not get the specifics. We're going to give you partial credit for that.
Yeah. We got a Beta Ray Bill sighting on the Thor #3 4th print.
Yeah, I think. No, this is not the one I've seen before. There was a Beta Ray on previous printing that you liked a lot.
Yeah,
work on it, goo-gooing over.
It does sound like me. It's all for me for Marvel. Down into our artists, writers, and artisans with Bad Mother 2 and Resistance penultimate 5 of 6.
Now, explain to me, was the yellow lightsaber, was that the rare one?
Yeah, it's essentially for sentinels or people that guard things. There are a few different instances where a lot of
people
had it. A lot of Jedi in the older public had
Right.
little lightsabers and stuff as well.
But back in the day, that one was not what Luke shipped with when you got the action figure, right?
Correct.
So that would be super rare.
Son of a...
So
Star
that would be
Wars
super...
Bounty Hunters #1 third print. Dang it.
I wonder about that lightsaber because that was so rare. Boy, that's another great Boba Fett cover on that.
Yeah.
Third printing. And you were right about the second printing being hot. So.
Yep. And this is another chance. Yeah, I don't remember. There was something about the rarity of the original Luke with the lightsaber, but...
I don't know if that translates to an action figure cover.
I'm sure it does.
But it might.
Yeah. Get it.
It's tempting. It's tempting. Just because... Oof.
Yeah, because, like, in the issue, he's got the yellow lightsaber in the... that's what they're talking about.
But it's a $40 book.
Hey, oh... Never mind that.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
I changed my mind.
Yeah, he's not just a typical action figure variant.
Yeah,
Used to be.
Cover price, I'd definitely pulled the trigger.
Yeah. And Star Wars Darth Vader 3 went to a second print, so I was probably right on 4. So definitely get this Star Wars Bounty Hunters #1 third print. It is a sketch version of 2, but a little bit different translation of a sketch cover where our explosion has coloring. We have the really nice blue. Yeah, it's just a good cover.
Yeah, it's very nice. And you know those look good slab. Those look good in your top loader.
Yeah.
On your wall, they're really cool. And that's what it's all about, really. You know, it's not about reading the thing.
So much of it is about look.
At the third printing, it's not about reading. You've already read it.
You read it already.
Yeah, don't give me this.
All right, now we're down to the artists, writers, and artisans, and our boom books and such.
We got probably check in on Strange Academy 2. Also continues to print out. More
our boy Tom Taylor killing it with 7 Secrets, third print already.
Third print already?
Yeah.
I haven't read it yet. Dang, I gotta get up.
Has.
I gotta get on this.
Yeah.
There's a crap ton of Dynamite covers. Aftershock's lone entry is Join the Future, #5.
Free Comic Book Day Zelda book. That's always cool.
So we got some Star Wars decisions yet to make. I got to decide if I'm doing that Ice Cream Man, and then I've got to see if Kyle will loan me some money on this omnibus, Moon Knight omnibus, because it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
All kinds of cool stuff in your FOC. Don't miss out. There are books that you have to be able to get, and your LCS may not guarantee you getting them unless you get in on this now. So,
yeah.
And then be making your decision for a Detective 1027.
So I get both Werewolf by Nights, I get Marvel Spotlights, I get the Defenders run, I get the Peter Parker appearance, I get the Marvel 2-in-1s, I get the first 20 issues of the 1980 series, and a Marvel Team Up annual, and then material from Hulk magazine, which I have never read. So that is new to me because I never tracked that down. I have all that other stuff, but not that. Marvel Preview 21 and Amazing Spider-Man 220. Yeah. So there's actually stuff in here I haven't read yet. And what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with that thing? How am I gonna hide that from my wife? It's so big.
That's awesome.
Great FOC this week. Thank you, Eric, and we'll get those orders in We've got to get him in by Sunday because we've got DC stuff.
I got DC books I need.
He doesn't care if you send two, a DC order and then a rest either. So you could.
He's told us that. I don't know if we're making life for him difficult for everything else.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Try to get him in on one day by the early deadline if you can. Give him a little more time. I mean, we know what we want right now. Just do I want to pay all that money?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I do. All right, it's time for our sneak peek. Let's start in DC with our good friends over at UCS.
UCSComicDistributors.com/new releases will get you to what's coming out. For us, that's going to be books coming out on August the 18th, 2020.
Yes. So we're shifting gears a little bit. We still have, Batman, Joker War, great looking covers. We've got a Matino card stock coming out for, Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Who's on the? That's a Harley Quinn on the Batman 97 1 in 25. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Very not bad.
We've got a second printing of Catwoman 23, which is first what's her face?
That is the Catgirl.
Catgirl.
Yeah. And she's on the cover more than she is in the book. If I remember correctly.
Is that her up there in the corner with the spear?
Yes. And so, like, if we look at 24, we get a better look at her there.
Okay, let me do that. Yeah, I don't know.
So it almost looked like 24 is homaging 23.
Yeah, but I mean, okay, I haven't read it, so I can't say what does that look like a character that's gonna have staying power to you?
Well, it depends on Sean Murphy. He's known to move on pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess if you can get the cover A, you probably should. Although the Yoon variant of cover B is pretty nice too, but it doesn't have.
But it doesn't have Catgirl.
Yes. There's our death metal guidebook. If I'm sure you'll need it to wade through what is going on in Dark Knight's death metal.
Maybe I don't know Nightwing as well as I think I know Nightwing. He's actually a hideously ugly, awful character, and I'm just got it stuck in my head that he's not. Because boy, they suck at drawing him anymore.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It's been rough, but there was a whole his butt was on every cover there for a while,
and I'm okay with that. I enjoyed those covers.
What?
I like me a svelte Nightwing. He's supposed to be the acrobat.
Yeah.
He looks like the kid that just took too much HGH and can't smile right on all these covers.
Yeah, he's not looking good.
Just dumb.
Yeah. He should be more sinewy, I think. Yeah, I think you're right. I love the homage for the cover A, Travis Moore, to Death in the Family.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Very nice. I wonder why that's not got more heat on it, because that's very nice.
Yeah. They even use the font.
Yeah. Really cool. Can't believe they're killing off Teen Titans, man.
Which takes a big, I had hopes of, Lobo's daughter here, Crush, doing some things and having a good tail on her.
Yeah.
But AT&T may
crush that.
Kick that in the groin.
The last issue of Wonder Woman: Dead Earth.
Yeah, now I'm gonna read this whole thing.
Oh, now you can. It's all there. And some graphic novels. There's some longer form trades and things that are down there.
Yeah.
So good stuff.
Yeah.
Nothing I gotta have rush out.
I'm still gonna make some decisions on that Catwoman, and again, the fact that the second print is nothing special bugs me. Hopefully, we change that, the recoloring.
Yeah.
Because if that was something new, I'd get it right away.
Yeah. But it has been a while since we've had any heat on Catwoman, so that is one to think about.
All right, now we're going to look at August 19th in Previews World. And we're going to start with our friends in Image.
Man Among Ye, a little delayed. I'm going to blame coronavirus. That's what everybody's going to do, I think. So, but it's been a while since that first issue came out.
Yep. Looks strikingly like the first cover.
Almost exactly, yeah.
Yeah. So, not divulging too much there.
Yeah. Then I got an issue of Die, 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 which I'm super excited about. Second printing of the goddamn Virgin Brides,
which Drew just brings up because he really likes saying the title.
I'm gonna say it every time because it's and I've read the first 2 issues. They're really good. Low 24. So when is this thing ending? Soon, right?
Yeah. Sell your copies while you can.
Actually,
I think low may be something that'll eventually. I don't know.
It cinematically underwater. It could be beautiful.
Yeah.
Futuristic underwater.
Give it to. It's very Guillermo del Toro. I'm not just saying that because of the shape.
Yeah. I mean, it'd probably be an expensive series to shoot, but maybe not. We did Game of Thrones. They could do that. Yeah, either give it to HBO as a series, or make it a cool futuristic movie, and just like do the first 12 issues before when they head off on their own.
I don't know much about sci-fi comedy podcasts, but apparently that's what Voyage to the Stars here is a thing. The hit sci-fi comedy podcast starring Colton Dunn from Superstore, Felicia Day, who I know from Supernatural, Janet Varney from Legends of Korra, Kristen from Criminal Minds, and Steve Berg from Drunk History crashes into comics. Earth is gone. Only one intrepid crew of misfits managed to escape, now determined and ambiguously destined to stop a growing ancient evil from consuming the universe. Though stopping it may be tricky, as our heroes can't help but destroy just about every planet and species they come across.
Nice.
So if you're a fan of that podcast, now's a chance to see it physically and not just kind of what's in your mind.
Hey, IDW. We've got a podcast.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying. How about the Comics for Fun and Profit extravaganza?
That's right. You guys like how I stumbled over every single one of the words in that solicit? That could all be yours.
We could do that on demand. We could do that. We clean up good.
That's right. Oh boy, I love these covers to Transformers 1984 Secrets and Lies. There's my boy Grimlock. Yeah.
Yeah, very the color palette's very 90s.
Yeah.
I like it.
Down to Marvel.
Look at that gorgeous Avengers 35, man. I mean, that's awesome. Beautiful. And these have been selling really, really well. And enough to we have a subsequent printing of the last issue. We have the second printing of 34, Sans Moon Knight.
Yeah, weird cover.
Which is a mistake.
Yeah. How is your boy Moon Knight, as bat crap as he is, worthy of holding Mjolnir? Something weird's going on here.
Yeah, he with using the Khonshu powers, spoiler alert, he went around and he stole everybody's power, starting with Iron Fists, and he had the Mjolnir all strapped up with his moon sigils and things. He was using some Khonshu power to do it. He's really probably not worthy.
That is pretty cool.
But yeah, he's got like 4 or 5, 6 different Avengers powers right now, so he's pretty badass. So I can't wait for this issue. Should be good.
We got Maestro #1. This is, of course, the future version of Hulk. 30 years after. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks really good. I tried to read the Zero issue, I think that was last. It was like a Marvel Tales, and I kind of lost interest, so I stopped. But this looks pretty good.
Venom 25 third print. We got a Venom dinosaur on the cover. That tends to sell covers.
Yeah, that should do it.
Yeah.
We still don't know what the Steve Scroachy spoiler variant looks like. So it's still classified. I want to know. Did I want to know enough to order it? I don't know.
Down to our smaller publishers. Can I interest you in a $50 version of the Green Hornet #1?
Kyle, who's on the cover of Star Wars Bounty Hunters?
The other dude that nobody cares about.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy that has been the guy for this.
What did you say?
Losh.
What did you say before I interrupted you?
I said, do you want to pay $50 for a cover of something stupid?
No. No, whatever it is. No,
Hornet.
No, I do not. Pass. We're getting towards the end of our Red Sonjas, but that's not going to stop us from putting out 20 copies or 20 covers of it. So, always go with the cosplay cover on these. They're very nice.
You can get virgin variants of Sacred 6 here. We got a couple. They're $50. But if you're into this Jai Lee series, there's some virgin covers that you can order here.
How long ago was that? That was a while ago, wasn't it?
I can't remember.
If we slide down to Boom, we've got a Once and Future issue 10. See what's going on there. Been a while.
It has. That's such a good book.
Yeah. Dan Moore is awesome. Dan Moore just needs to do everything.
Power Rangers Ranger Slayer #1 went to a second print, which is, I believe, Drakon.
Yeah.
And you can follow that same character here to Drakon New Dawn #1. So you can still get in on the second print of the Pink Ranger stuff there, and then get kind of her what happens after book here as well.
Oh, gotcha.
And you can get it in foil for an extra $1. Second print of Something is Killing Children 7. Awesome.
As we slide down to the back half, we do have a Hotel finishing up with its 4th issue. I'm looking forward to seeing how that thing finishes up. It's been good so far. This is an AWA book. It eat what feeds us. It eats what feeds it. #2. This is a was this Vault, right? Scout. I get Vault and Scout confused all the time. But the first issue did pretty well.
Speaking of Scout, we have Atlantis Wasn't Built for Taurus #1. Eric Palicki, Wendell Cavalcanti. This is Lovecraft meets Sergio Leone in a modern tale of corruption, family legacies, and nightmarish dread.
Oh.
Atlantis County, Oregon.
And he's the brother of the hot chick from Friday Night Lights.
Ah.
What's her name? Something Palicki.
Yeah. Adrian.
Shadow Service, we talked about that during the FOC cycle. It looks pretty good. And that is a Vault book as well. And I don't know. Yasmin 2, it looks...
Yeah.
That first issue did pretty well.
Sorry, I'm caught in all this other stuff.
Wolfskin 100 Dream. Was that a Avatar reissue? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They're cranking out the Warren Ellis stuff. I think that's about it.
What was Ninja in Hellbox? Oh, it was a Keen spot, never mind.
Yeah.
All right. Interesting. All right, Drew, at this point of the podcast, we're asking your pick of the week. What's the one book to make sure you pick up? The one worthy book to make sure you put in your collection that you are going to want.
It's Avengers 35. I was toying with Catwoman 24, but I think it's Avengers 35. And I'm a homer for Moon Knight. But I was right last time because that went up in value and went to multiple printings. So people are crazy for Moon Knight.
Venom.
They're catching up.
Venom 25, third print.
Venom. So it's a Marvel double.
Yep.
This week. Sounds good. I'm in.
But there's all kinds of good stuff. So, I mean...
So much good stuff.
I want to thank you guys for tuning into Comics for Fun and Profit. Thank you for tagging along with Drew and myself as we go through the comics originally coming out August 18th and 19th, 2020. If there are some other things that you think we should have picked in this week, let us know what your picks of the week are. If you agree with us, let us know that as well. Please be part of the podcast. You can find us at comicsforfunandprofit@gmail.com. You can also find us on the different social medias, be them Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at either Comics for Fun and Profit or Comics Fun and Profit on those sites. So let us know what you think. Let us know if you're getting some good comics, if you're making some money, if you're enjoying the way comics currently are, or if you're just waiting for some things to get back to a little bit more normal to get back in your comic book collecting. Let us know. So we thank you so much for joining us. For Drew and for myself, see ya.